As the dust settles on the battlefield, a man draped in a black cloak steps forward. His calm yet dominant aura captures everyone's attention. He introduces himself simply Shadow. The name alone carries weight, enough to silence the area. Kaien Shishi, standing with her team, looks up at him in surprise, recognizing the sheer pressure that surrounds him. The moment her eyes meet his, she freezes. Her heart races uncontrollably as she stares at his face, unable to hide her reaction. His confident stance and sharp gaze make her cheeks flush red. She can't help but think how unbelievably handsome he is, completely captivated by his presence. Overwhelmed by his power, Shishi whispers to herself that she's drawn to strong people like him. But almost immediately, her admiration turns to frustration. Tears form in her eyes as she realizes he's from Daxia, a place she despises. She curses under her breath, unable to accept that such strength belongs to someone from there. Not far away, two players watch in awe as Shadow's overwhelming power shakes the ground. They exclaim in disbelief, realizing he just dealt over 40,000 damage in a single strike. With wide grins, they call out to him with respect, thrilled to see the world's top-ranked player in action. Their excitement fills the air, confirming that Shadow's name alone demands respect everywhere he goes. As Shadow stands before them, one of the players tries to communicate, raising his hand with a gesture. But before anyone can react, Shadow instantly strikes, unleashing a series of precise attacks that hit all their weak points in an instant. The players collapse, damage numbers flashing above their heads. Shadow looks at them with calm eyes, clearly not understanding what they were trying to say. He questions them, suspecting their words might be some sort of curse directed at him. Kaien Shishi panics and quickly steps forward, trying to stop him. She hurriedly explains that they weren't cursing him at all, they were actually greeting him with respect, not hostility. Realizing the misunderstanding, Shadow pulls back slightly and apologizes with a composed tone. He advises them to speak the Daxia language from now on to avoid future confusion, his calm authority once again leaving everyone speechless. After clearing the misunderstanding, Shadow calmly announces it's time to begin their transaction. But before proceeding, he reminds Kaien Shishi to adjust her outfit properly, his composed tone making the moment slightly awkward. Regaining her confidence, Shishi smirks and asks directly about Qin Feng's head, the item they were supposed to exchange. She eyes Shadow closely, her curiosity mixing with admiration for his boldness. Shadow lifts his hand and replies without hesitation, saying he can't bring it into the game, but could show it in real life if she wants proof. His cold, direct response makes the air tense yet respectful. Shishi smiles faintly, her suspicion fading. She states that after witnessing Shadow's overwhelming power, she has no reason to doubt him. Trusting his word, she agrees to continue the deal, fully convinced of his strength. The transaction concludes successfully, and Shadow receives 1,500 days of tradable lifespan as his reward. Without hesitation, he turns to leave, his cloak flowing behind him as he calmly says he's done here. Kaien Shishi quickly calls out, asking him to wait. With a playful smile, she compliments his strength and proposes forming a long-term partnership. Her money and his power could make a perfect combination. She then mentions a new assassination target and invites him to her place that night, teasingly promising to fulfill any of his needs if he accepts the offer. Her words carry both business and hidden intent. Shadow glances back, unbothered by her tone. In his usual composed manner, he simply asks who the next target is and how much the reward will be, keeping the conversation strictly professional. As the deal concludes, Kaien Shishi opens a glowing portal behind her. With a confident smile, she tells Shadow that their next meeting will bring an even greater reward, one far more generous than before. Before disappearing, she invites him to meet her again that night at the port of the demon capital, her tone filled with both business and playful intent. The light engulfs her as she vanishes from sight. Watching her fade away, Shadow silently notes her words. He wonders if the port she mentioned is actually her private yacht, his expression remaining calm and unreadable as the scene shifts. As the sun sets over the demon capital, an eerie energy begins to stir elsewhere. In a dimly lit chamber, two mysterious figures kneel on the ground as glowing runes activate beneath them, signaling that something powerful and dangerous is being revived. Elsewhere, news of Shadow's actions quickly spreads. A man slams his hand on the table in anger, accusing Shadow of betraying the official side. Despite his frustration, he smirks with satisfaction, realizing that Kayan Shishi has successfully formed an alliance with Shadow, meaning he'll soon receive her reward. Gathering his composure, the same man orders his subordinates to monitor the situation. He tells Lin Kingzhu to lead everyone to collect their lifespan rewards for now, warning that more action may be needed later. She silently nods and agrees to his command. As Lin Kingzhu walks away, her expression turns serious. She questions whether Shadow has truly joined forces with Spade A, her thoughts filled with uncertainty. But even with doubts, she's determined to take action if it turns out to be true. Quietly, she clenches her hand, acknowledging the vast difference in strength between them. She recalls how she didn't even have a chance to see Shadow's attack before being defeated, a reminder of how far she still has to go. As night falls, the massive yacht docked at the port of the demon capital glows under the moonlight. It's the same place Kayan Shishi mentioned her private vessel, luxurious and heavily guarded. Shadow walks calmly toward the entrance, his dark cloak flowing behind him. The guards stationed outside immediately take notice, tense yet respectful as his presence radiates quiet authority. Without hesitation, Shadow states his purpose: he's here to meet Spade A. The guards recognize him instantly, calling him Lord Shadow, and inform him that the lady has been waiting for his arrival. They allow him entry without question. As Shadow steps aboard, the guards send word through their radios, confirming his arrival and preparing the ship to set sail. The hum of engines fills the air as Shadow silently walks across the deck, ready for whatever awaits inside. The yacht sails deep into the night, cutting through the misty waters under a quiet, moonlit sky. Inside, the atmosphere shifts from calm to anticipation as Shadow finally steps aboard to meet his new client. On the deck, Kayan Shishi appears elegantly dressed in a red gown, holding 2 glasses of wine. Her demeanor is confident and alluring as she greets him with a teasing smile, saying she's waited a long time for this moment. She laughs softly, remarking that even in real life, Shadow still carries the same mysterious aura as in the virtual world. Her curiosity about him only deepens as she steps closer, her tone both playful and calculating. Shadow remains silent for a moment, his expression hidden beneath the hood. Then, in a calm and steady voice, he cuts straight to the point, asking her who the target is and how much she's willing to pay for the kill. On the yacht's upper deck, the tension softens as Kayan Shishi tries to lighten the mood. With a teasing smile, she comments that Shadow has no sense of romance at all, trying to draw him into casual conversation. Shadow remains composed and replies calmly, saying it's rare to share such a view with a woman like her, suggesting they set aside the serious talk for now. His tone is smooth but distant, maintaining control of the situation. Shishi raises her glass and proposes a toast, calling it a drink to celebrate their spring night. Shadow silently accepts and lifts his own glass, taking a slow sip without hesitation. Seeing him finally play along, Shishi laughs softly, clearly pleased. The atmosphere turns playful as she enjoys the moment, believing she's starting to break through his mysterious exterior. Suddenly, Kayan Shishi stumbles forward, intentionally falling toward Shadow, using the moment to get closer. Her actions are bold, and the atmosphere between them grows tense and unpredictable. With a playful smile, she leans on him and asks how he feels after drinking the wine. She reveals that the glass he just finished contained her exclusive secret formula designed to make anyone who drinks it completely obedient to her. Shadow doesn't respond, remaining still and unreadable under his hood. Shishi laughs slyly, convinced the formula is already working. She teases that even someone as mysterious as Shadow is still a man beneath that mask. Excited by her own confidence, she whispers that when the time is right, she'll remove his hood and finally see the face behind the legend. Shadow listens silently, his calmness making the situation even more intense. Kai and Shishi excitedly praises Shadow, amazed by his power and presence. But as she moves closer, something unexpected begins to happen. A strange energy starts to build up around him, making the air feel heavy. Shadow suddenly senses a burning sensation spreading through his body. His calm demeanor shifts as he clenches his fist, realizing something isn't right. The power inside him begins to surge uncontrollably, and light bursts from within his cloak. The intensity grows with each passing second. Flames erupt around him as he struggles to contain the overwhelming energy. The yacht trembles from the force as a wave of power explodes outward, lighting up the entire deck. Shishi screams in shock as the burning aura engulfs her. Her body heats up instantly, her expression turning from delight to terror. Green flames surround her completely, and she panics, unable to understand what's happening or why it's so hot. As the green flames rage, Kai and Shishi screams in pain, realizing she's barely clinging to life. But suddenly, a glowing crystal pendant around her neck activates, forming a protective shield that saves her from death. A deep voice echoes nearby, revealing that it's a body-protecting crystal pendant, a rare item capable of blocking fatal attacks. Before she can react, a familiar figure steps out from the shadows, his golden eyes glowing ominously. Shock fills her face as she recognizes him. It's Qin Feng, the man she thought Shadow had already killed. Confused and terrified, she demands to know how he's still alive. Qin Feng smirks slightly and explains there's only one reason for it. As dark energy swirls around him, he calmly declares the truth: he is Shadow. Kai and Shishi stares in disbelief, trembling as the realization sinks in, unable to comprehend who the cloaked figure beside her really was. As the truth settles in, Kai and Shishi stares in shock, unable to process what just happened. The one she trusted and admired was none other than Qin Feng, the true Shadow himself.